Sometimes the most selfless acts come from those who have no voice but speak volumes with their actions. Charlie, a small dog with a big heart, showed what true loyalty really means. Even when it meant sacrificing everything for the one he loved. It was a gray afternoon, the kind where the world feels heavy and cold. The streets were slick with rain, and the wind howled like a distant echo of sorrow. A small, trembling dog, a Cocker Spaniel, wandered aimlessly down the empty road. His fur was matted and dirty, his little body soaked to the bone. His eyes were dull, lifeless, as if he had lost all hope. He was lost, not just on the streets, but in the world, abandoned by everyone he had ever trusted. And then Jamie saw him. He was only 10, a quiet, lonely boy with no one to talk to, no one to play with. He often felt invisible, wandering through life like a shadow. But something in his heart tugged when he saw the little dog, and without thinking, he rushed toward him. "Hey, little guy, where did you come from?" Jamie called gently. The dog lifted his head slowly, looking up at Jamie with eyes full of fear and uncertainty. He wasn't sure whether to trust the boy or run away, but Jamie, without hesitation, crouched down, extending his hand in a silent offer of comfort. Charlie, the dog's name that Jamie would soon give him, looked at Jamie for a long moment. And then, with a tentative step forward, he leaned into Jamie's touch, as if sensing that, for the first time in a long time, someone cared. Jamie brought Charlie home that day. The boy's heart swelled with a sense of purpose. He wasn't alone anymore. In the weeks that followed, Jamie and Charlie became inseparable. The boy would whisper stories to Charlie, confide in him about his lonely days at school and his dreams of being someone special. And every night, Charlie would curl up next to him, his warm body a comforting presence, a reminder that he wasn't invisible anymore. Charlie wasn't just a dog, he was Jamie's best friend, his protector, his family. One day, as Jamie was walking home from school, a group of older kids surrounded him, their cruel laughter echoing in the cold air. They called him names, pushed him around, their words sharp like knives. Charlie, who had never left Jamie's side, sensed the danger and immediately sprang into action. With a deep growl, he stood between Jamie and the bullies, his fur bristling, his eyes filled with a fierce protectiveness. The bullies laughed, taunting him, but Charlie wasn't backing down. When one of the boys lunged toward Jamie, Charlie bit down on the kid's arm, pulling him away. The commotion was loud, but Charlie wasn't backing down. He was fighting for Jamie's safety, for his life. The bullies scattered, and Charlie returned to Jamie, his tail wagging as if saying, "It's okay, you're safe now." Jamie's heart swelled with pride. This dog wasn't just his companion, he was his hero. But the greatest test of Charlie's love was yet to come. On a cold winter day with snow swirling around them, Jamie and Charlie were walking down a quiet road when disaster struck. Jamie slipped on the ice, falling hard, his body sliding into the path of an oncoming car. The headlights blinded him. The car was too close. He couldn't move fast enough. And then, in a split second, Charlie was there. With a mighty leap, Charlie threw himself in front of Jamie, knocking him out of the way. The car screeched to a halt, but it was too late. The impact was sickening. Jamie was thrown to the ground, but Charlie lay motionless in the street. Jamie scrambled to his feet, his heart pounding in his chest, his mind racing in disbelief. He crawled to Charlie, his hands trembling as he cradled the dog's fragile body in his arms. "Charlie, no, please, don't leave me," Jamie whispered, tears streaming down his face. But the little dog didn't respond. His eyes were closed, his breath slow and shallow. Charlie's tail gave one last, weak wag, as if to say goodbye. And then, he was still. Jamie's world crumbled in that moment. The dog who had saved his life, the dog who had been his best friend, his protector, was gone. But Charlie's sacrifice wasn't in vain. Jamie held his dog close, tears mixing with the snow around them. He whispered through his sobs, "You were my hero, Charlie. I will never forget you." Years passed, but Jamie never forgot the dog who had given everything for him. And every time the snow fell softly, he remembered Charlie's last act of love A reminder that loyalty, love, and sacrifice can change the course of a life forever.